Although Vita Health Group provided this exercise class provisional with your health and safety in mind, each individual participant has their own limitations and should consult their general practitioner or an appropriate medical professional prior to undertaking the class. Should you be prone to injury, are currently pregnant, or be managing any functional limiting medical conditions, please seek medical confirmation prior to participating. At all times, ensure you follow all instructions provided by Vita Health Groups throughout the entirety of the recording. Should you experience any symptoms of dizziness, nausea, or increased pain at any point during your participation, please stop and seek the appropriate advice from your general practitioner or the 111 service.
Okay, welcome to this class, which is an advanced class for the knee. My name is Ryan. I'll be taking today's class. The purpose of today's class is to help build strength and stability in and around the knee joint itself and also the surrounding structures as well. So this class is designed for people who've done some form of strength training before for the lower limbs or started to see some improvement in their symptoms. So just before we move into the class itself, please have a quick read through this equipment list on your screen before we move into our warm-up. Okay, so I'm going to start with a bit of a warm-up now, just get the body ready for the class. So I'm going to start out with a nice, gentle march, just very steady on the spot. So looking to drive them knees up, get them arms moving, make sure we're swinging the arms as well. Make sure we're taking nice deep breaths while we're working through the exercise. So kind of the aim of the warm-up here is to raise the heart rate, activate the muscles that we're looking to work, mobilise the joints, and then potentiate, which is make the exercise we're doing a little bit more difficult and progress into the actual class itself. So keep yourself stood nice and upright, nice deep breaths. Keep driving them knees up, don't let them fall down. So as the heart rate begins to pick up, we'll actually increase muscle temperature as well, which improves muscular flexibility. All things that are good to help us perform and to prevent any kind of injury or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to progress this march into a nice steady jog, just keeping it on the spot. Again, don't forget about your breathing. Nice deep breath throughout, nice and light on the toes. If you want to swing the arms a little bit as well. That's it, a little bit longer. Again, just kind of jogging at a comfortable pace, nothing too serious for you. Okay, I'm going to move on to the joint mobilisation for the hips, the lower back and the pelvis. So we're just drawing these nice big circles as far as we can. Keep the hands on the hips just to guide. And I'm going to change direction and the exact same thing going the opposite way. Again, nice deep breaths. Really feel that kind of stretch through the muscles as you push in each different direction. Okay, and then just on one leg at a time, just as far as you're comfortable with, just swing that leg in forwards and in front behind you. Focus on one point in front of you, or pop your arms out just to help you balance a little bit. And again, you can progress it just by swinging a little bit further. So you're just looking to feel that stretch in that hip, and activate the glutes as well. Also activate through the leg where we're just keeping a little bit of balance. Okay, and then the exact same thing on the other side. Again, pick one spot in front of you, get the arms out, and just swing that leg. If you do need to put your foot back down to gauge your balance, that's fine. Good stuff. Okay, and then we're just going to start to bring it up the body a little bit into the shoulders. And we're just going to draw these nice big circles with the hands. Again, progress it yourself, kind of as far as you want to go, as far as feels comfortable for you. If that's just a small circle down here, that's fine. If we can we bring them up into a nice big circle, forwards and backwards. And just keep going. Helps to stretch out the chest, the upper back, even work into the neck a little bit as well. Again, a good warm-up kind of focus targets the whole body rather than just certain structures. Good. Make sure we are changing directions. Good stuff. And I'm going to move on to mobilise the actual spine itself. So various different movements for the spine. So I'm going to start with feet nice and close together. Again, nice deep breaths while we work through these. Popping our hands on the front of our thighs and just sliding down as far as we can. When you reach that point, very slowly return to your starting position and repeat. So 5 of these. Again, make sure we are just in a comfortable range. So if that's only to your knees and back up, that's perfectly fine. It's just as far as you can go. Okie doke. And once we've done 5, the exact same thing, hands round on the back, just below the glutes. And we're just going to slide down towards the back of the knees. Again, you won't get anywhere near as far as you will going forwards. And again, it's just as comfortable as you can, kind of in terms of distance. So 5. Once you've done your 5, hands round onto the sides, kind of where your pockets should be. Maybe open up your feet a little bit wider for this one. And stand up nice and straight, and you're just going to slide one hand at a time down towards the knee to side flex the spine. And the exact same thing going in the other direction. Good. Again, nice deep breathing as we work through. So to each side is 1 rep, so you do 10 in total. Good, last one. Then you're going to, again, feet still in a kind of position, arms out in front of you, and you're going to rotate to look over one shoulder, and then rotate the other way. Again, each side being 1 rep, 5 of these. So again, 10 in total. Keep counting your head. Make sure you keep the hips facing forwards, so we're just rotating the lower trunk. Okay, then give everything a nice little shake off as we draw towards the end of our warm-up. So we'll move on to the actual class itself now. So here's just a quick reminder of the equipment we'll need for this class. Okay, so this exercise is a glute bridge with the heels elevated. So I've got a little step here. Just try and find something where, so it's kind of about just below halfway up the shin. So maybe not do it at the bottom of the stairs, might not have much room. Just find something that you can pop your feet on just to have your feet a little bit elevated off the floor. Again, doesn't have to be anything around knee height, just so they're not on the floor. Makes it a little bit more difficult than just a standard glute bridge. So we're going to lower ourselves down onto the floor again to find our start position. And just come right up to that step, so that when we lay down, we can place our heels and our feet on that step. Just get yourself nice and comfortable. Okay, so palms facing down into the ground, and we'll repeat 10 repetitions, pushing up, driving the hips up into that in-line position, like so. So everything's in line from the knee down towards the shoulder. Good stuff. Nice and slow, under control. And so that nice deep breathing as we work through these. Good, nice and slow. Really squeeze the glutes at the top and slowly lower back down. Good, keep repeating that, up to 10 reps. Good, one more. Good, and after you attempt, just bring the legs down, bring the feet off the step, and bring yourself up into a seated position. Just have a bit of a rest. So again, you just stay in this position, but just take 20 seconds, give time for the legs to recover, have a drink before we move on to our next set. Okay, perfect. Moving on to our second set. Again, just lower down onto the back nice and slowly and bring them feet up onto the step. Again, get yourself nice and comfy before we start. So feet position wise, not too far apart, just again in a comfortable position. So palms flat down on the ground, and again, driving the hips up, and just everything in a nice straight line. Squeeze the glutes and lower back down. Again, just keep working through. Nice deep breath, really good. Remember, keep that really, really slow on the way back down, and nice and controlled on the way back up. There's no rush. Don't drop all the way onto the ground, just lower down onto it. Good. Again, after your 10th rep, bring the feet down off the step and sit yourself up. Again, just take a final 20 seconds, let the legs recover. Get your breath back, get a bit of a drink before we move into our third and final set. Okay, perfect. Moving on to our third and final set. Again, slowly getting down into that starting position. Make sure we're nice and comfy. Pop that feet up wherever you can find somewhere comfortable. Place your hands down by the side. Okay, and again, slowly pushing up, squeezing the glutes, and slowly lowering back down. Get a nice, slow breathing. Maintain that real control. Try not to let the hips touch, or the glutes touch the floor whatsoever. Get as close as you can to the ground without them touching, and drive back up. Count yourself up to 10 before we stop. Good, 3 more. Maintain that quality. Really, really squeeze the glute right at the top. Again, don't let the hips touch the ground. And back up. Squeeze in glutes. Good stuff. Again, lower them feet down off the step. And nice and slowly bring yourself back up onto your feet. Good stuff. Well done. So, moving on to our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is a weighted split squat. So obviously for this one, you can see I've got a pillow, just make it a little bit more comfortable under the foot, a chair, and then the 2 weights as well. So you don't need anything particularly heavy here. I've just got 4 kg. Obviously just, try and gauge your weights around what you're comfortable with. So we're going to set ourselves down at the edge of the chair, placing the feet out, the legs nice and straight. So wherever the heel is, that's your starting position. So place that heel nice and flat to the floor, keeping that arms down by the side where it feels comfortable, and placing that back foot up on the chair. So bringing that foot right to the edge of the chair so we can really move that ankle. And we can lower this back knee down to the ground, repeating 7 times on each side. Good. Nice and slow, really important we keep nice deep breaths while we're working through these. Really difficult exercise, but a really great one for building strength through the leg and also balance and proprioception in that grounded leg. Good, nice and slow, really deep breaths. Good, and one more. Good, and swap legs. So we're going to keep heels in line with each other and just place that back foot up on that chair. Again, bring that foot right to the edge of the chair. So as we lower down, the ankle can bend. Good stuff. Really keep lowering that back knee down to the ground and drive back up. Good. Good stuff, 2 more. Keep them slow under control. Good, and after 7, just pop them weights down. Again, give legs a nice little shake out. Give them a rest, take 20 seconds for recovery, get a drink, get your breath back before we move into our second set. Okay, and moving on to our second set. Again, get back in that starting position. Sit on the edge of the chair to find that heel position. Stretch the legs out in front of you. And again, make sure we stay on the same side that we started with originally. Bring that foot up and behind. And again, bring the foot to the edge of the chair and lower that knee down to the ground. Nice deep breathing again, keep these under control. Get that knee nice and low. Good, again at 7, bring that back foot forwards and place a grounded foot up on that chair. Good stuff. And again, just repeat that process. Open that chest up, nice deep breathing. Lowering down and back up. Really deep breaths. Again, 7 reps on each side, keep counting in your head. Good, again after 7 reps, just place the weights back down on the chair. Good, again, shake them legs out and just take 20 seconds, get your breath back, get a drink, let the legs recover before we move into our third and final set. Okay, moving on to our third and final set. Again, bringing our glutes down to the edge of that chair, just find that heel position. Make sure we start on the same leg each time. And just bring that back foot up. Again, right to the edge of the chair, get that full range of motion through the ankle, and slowly lowering down. Nice deep breathing again. Take your time with these. And swap legs. Good stuff. Again, try and focus on one point on the floor to help you balance. And slowly lower down and back up. Good stuff. Nice deep breathing, one more. Good. And again, just pop them weights down behind you and walk it out, stretch your legs off. Just take 20 seconds, get a drink, get your breath back, let the legs recover, and I'll move on to our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise will be knee drive. So perform these over the back of a chair. So make sure you've got a chair kind of where it's nice and steady on the floor, it's not going to slide away from you. So I'm going to turn and face towards the back of the chair. You can put a bit of weight for the back of the chair for balance if you're looking to work the lower limbs. It's going to be a nice, quick, fast muscle contraction. I'm going to hold that and repeat for 30 seconds before I move into a rest break. Okay, so support the feet back so we've got enough room for the knees to come up. And starting in 3, 2, 1. Just drive the knees up in front of you, nice and quick. Nice deep breaths as we're working through. Good stuff, really drive the knees up, don't let the pace drop. Nice deep breaths, keep your chest up. Good stuff. After 30 seconds, just stop, bring yourself back round. Nice deep breaths. Just take 20 seconds, let the legs recover, get your breath back before we move into our second set. Okay, perfect. So after that nice little rest break, again, back in over the back of the chair. Again, walking the feet back ever so slightly. And when we're ready, so again, 30 seconds, nice quick pace, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, just as quick as you can, work at your own pace. Just make sure we're taking nice deep breaths as we're working through. Keep driving the knees up. Keep the same intensity throughout. Good. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good stuff. Again, nice deep breaths. Get your breath back, have a rest, let the legs recover, and we'll do one more set after a quick 20-second rest. Okay, perfect. Moving into our final set. Again, keeping that intensity up as we start to get a little bit tired. So, again, hands on the back of that chair, walk yourself back. And again, 30 seconds, as quick as you're comfortable. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice and quick. Nice deep breath throughout. Keep breathing, keep that intensity up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, nice deep breaths. Go get a drink. Give the legs some time to recover before we move on to our next exercise. So our next exercise are small, medium and large hamstring swings. So it's more of a dynamic stretch, increasing the range as we work through each rep. So again, if you need to use a chair for a little bit of support, sometimes quite handy. So if we were working on one leg, we're not particularly bothered about balance here. So if you want to use a chair to make sure we can get the full range of motion, that's probably a good idea. So it doesn't really matter which side you start with or which side the chair's on. So we're going to start off on the left leg, stretching out the right hamstring. So just a small swing out in front, and then increase into a medium, and then a large. So it's really important to keep yourself nice and upright. If you hunch over, it's a bit more difficult to get a little bit further the stretch. So again, nice and upright, nice deep breaths. We're going to do 3 of these on each side before we move into a second set. Okay, so 1, medium, and large. Small, medium, and large. Nice deep breaths. Good stuff. And move over on to the other leg. Again, small, medium, and large. Good stuff. And again. Good. After we've done 3 on each side, so almost kind of 9 swings in total, we're going to move on to a little bit of a rest break. Just take 20 seconds, let the leg recover, and move on to our second set. Perfect, moving on to our second set. Again, starting with the leg that we started with originally. Use that chair if need be. So again, standing nice and upright, nice deep breaths. Small swing, medium, and large. Good, 1 more. Go on the other side. Maintain that nice deep breathing. Good. After 3 on each side, give it a nice little shake again. Nice deep breath. We'll take 20 seconds, bit of recovery time, and we'll move into a third and final set. Okay, so moving on to our third and final set. Again, these small, medium, large hamstring swings. Hand on the back of the chair for a little bit of balance and just walk ever so slightly away, increasing that distance each time, up into that large rep right at the end. And resetting and going again. Good. And 1 more before we swap sides. Good. Into that nice deep breathing as we're working through these. And again, increase that range each time. Good. And 1 more, final time. Good stuff. Again, give legs a nice little shake. Take some time, get the breath back, bit of recovery before we move on to our next exercise. Okay, so this exercise is a kneel to stand. So it's working on the functional capabilities of the lower limb, moving from various positions. So this one is a kneel to a standing position. So I've got a pillow in front of me just to soften kind of the surface underneath the knees. So we're going to start out down in a knelt position, and then very slowly and under control, we're going to work up, back onto our feet, and slowly back down onto the knees again. Make sure we're doing these really slow, under control. Do not drop the weight down to the knee. Make sure we're controlling it on the way up and the way down. Good stuff. Try and mix up which leg you lead with. Good. Again, lower down onto the ground. So we're working for 8 of these. Keep working. Nice and slow. Don't pick up the pace. One more, nice deep breath as we're working through these before we move on to a rest break. Good, brilliant. Take 20 seconds, get your breath back, have a little bit of a drink before we move on to our second set. Okay, perfect. Moving on to our second set again, starting off in that knelt position. Make sure we're nice and comfortable on that pillow. Good. Again, mixing up whichever leg we're going to push up off of. So let's keep going. Again, 8 of these, nice and slow. Maybe do 1 on each side. Make sure it's even. And that nice deep breathing as we work through these. Good. Really, really slow. Keep that steady pace as we work through these. And 1 more. Good. Again, take 20 seconds, get your breath back, get a drink before we move on to our third and final set. Okay, moving on to our third and final set now. Again, repeating that motion of lowering down onto the knees, very, very slowly, and pushing back up again onto our feet. Make sure we take nice deep breaths throughout, and alternating which side we're leading with. Make sure we keep mixing it up. And counting up to 8 in your head. Really important not to rush that downwards phase. Really, really slow. Good, 1 more. And back to your feet. Nice deep breaths. Again, take 20 seconds, get your breath back, get a drink before we move on to our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is a goblet squat, so a bodyweight squat, but with a weight in and across the chest, just progress that a little bit further. So, bring that weight up in the hands and just hold it very comfortably out in front of you, where in the chest position. Open the feet up very, very slightly, just so in a nice comfortable position, and we'll complete 10 reps of these, taking nice deep breaths as we're working through. So slowly lowering down, lower them glutes towards the floor, and drive back up. Okay, remember that nice deep breathing as we work up to our 10 reps. Good stuff, nice and slow. Don't rush. Two more, nice and steady. Good. Good stuff, and then just lower that weight down to the floor after we've completed 10. Make sure you take some nice deep breaths. Either go into a 20-second rest break, just let the legs recover. After that, we'll move into our second set of these. Okay, perfect. Moving on to our second set again. So just pick that weight up and place it in and across the chest. Again, the weight doesn't have to be anything too heavy. I've just got a 4 kg here, so anything just for a bit of difficulty to the set. So feet nice and wide apart again. And nice deep breaths as we lower down into these squats. So again, 10 reps, nice and steady, don't rush. Lower them glutes as close to the floor as we can. Keeping that back nice and straight. And one more. Good, and place that weight down on the ground. And give the legs a nice little shake. Again, just take 20 seconds for a breather, let the legs recover, and we'll move into our third and final set. Okay, so moving into our third and final set. So what we're looking to do with this set, we're going to work up until failure. So that's going to be just working until we physically can't go anymore. A really good way of really pushing ourselves to improve muscular strength and endurance. So again, just working through same position, working through them nice, slow, steady 10 squats. A nice deep breathing as we work through these. Good. Keep that pace. Nice deep breathing, don't forget about that as we got to fatigue. Good. So after 10, let's just keep going with them squats. So we're looking to just see how many we can do. Just keep pushing yourself, work until you can't do anymore. Maybe kind of take a mental note or a physical note of how many you complete, and then as you complete, if you complete the class again, you can monitor to see if you made any progress with that. Good stuff. So again, once you've got to failure, take 20 seconds, have a breather, get a drink, and move on to our next exercise. Okay, so this next exercise is somewhat of a stretch, a really good one for kind of the whole body, working from the back of the neck all the way down that posterior chain into the back of the heel. So we'll need a chair. So obviously it doesn't matter which way the chair is facing. I'm just going to side on so you can see a better view of what I am doing. So I'm going to sit nice on the edge of the chair. And one leg at a time, I'm going to straighten that leg out in front of us, bringing that chin down into the chest. As we bring the chin to the chest, we should feel that stretch all the way from the neck down into the back of the heel. So we're going to hold each position for 15 seconds, and we're going to swap legs after 15. So starting in 3, 2, and 1. Bring that chin right down into the chest. Make sure to take a nice deep breaths as we hold this position. Keep that leg nice and straight. Good stuff. And after 15 seconds, lower that leg back down onto the floor. And we'll repeat on the other side. So bringing that leg out nice and straight in front of you, slowly leaning forwards, and again, bringing that chin down into the chest for 15 seconds. Again, nice deep breaths as we feel that stretch all the way through the back of the body. Give a nice deep breathing. Good, and after 15 seconds, just lower the legs down. Sit nice and upright and take some nice deep breaths. Just take 20 seconds for a bit of a breather. Get a drink if needed, or move on to a second set. Okay, perfect. So after our rest break, again, going again. So start on the leg that we started with originally. Bring ourselves to the edge of that chair. Straighten that leg out nice and straight. Leaning slightly forwards and then bringing that chin down into the chest. Holding that for 15 seconds, starting from now. Bring to that nice deep breathing. Good, and after 15 seconds, slowly lower that leg down to the ground. And we're going to repeat on the other side. Again, straighten that leg out, slowly lean forward, and bring that chin down into the chest. Nice deep breaths, and hold that there. And after 15 seconds, again, slowly lower down into the ground. Again, just taking a short little break, let legs recover before we move into our third and final set. And perfect, moving on to our third and final set. It's a little bit of a variation on this set, a bit more of a dynamic stretch this time. So again, moving to the edge of the chair in the same way as before and bringing that chin down as we slump our shoulders forward. This time, rather than holding the position, we're going to move through, okay? So 6 of these on each side. So bring that chin down, straighten that leg, and back in. Again, nice deep breathing. Make sure we're fully extending this knee. Good, and after 6, repeat on the other leg. To really roll that back and then shoulders forward, chin down into the chest, and straighten that leg. Again, nice deep breathing, don't forget about that. Nice and steady, under control. One more. Good, and sit nice and upright again. Nice deep breaths, and bring yourself back up onto your feet. That's the end of that exercise and also brings us to the end of that class as well. Thank you very much for completing that. Hope you enjoyed it. Please stay behind as we move on to a nice little cool down to prepare the body to stop exercising. Thank you. Okay, so the same way we prepare the body to warm up for exercise, we have to prepare the body to cool down in the same way. So we just to start off with that, we'll pop our hands on our hips, in nice big circles, working around as far as we can. So looking to lower that heart rate back down to a resting level and keep the fluids transporting around the body to the tissues that we've worked. Nice deep breathing throughout. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, and then change direction, the exact same thing. Try and use your hands just to guide your hips a little bit further. Really progress that stretch if you want to. Good stuff. Keep working. Twice more round, and I'll move on to our next stretch. Okay, so starting off, hands on front of the legs. I'm just going to reach down to touch our toes, nice and slowly, and coming back up. Ensure we're going down as slowly as we're coming back up. Again, maintain deep breathing as we're working down to the toes and back up to our start position. Keep them knees nice and straight, don't let the knees bend as we work down. Okay, and then bring the hands up and behind the head. Again, nice deep breathing while working through all of these movements. So really open that chest up, nice deep breaths, and we're just going to work. Bring the hips out and the shoulders over to the other side. And the other way. And rotate to look each way. Again, just hold it at the end of the stretch and work around the opposite side. And forwards. Again, keeping them knees nice and straight. Keep the back in line. And back up. Nice deep breaths as we're working down. Nice deep breaths in as we come back up. And the same thing, leaning backwards. Okay, then just moving on to very steady, just walking on the spot. Again, looking to keep those structures working. Looking to engage that skeletal muscle pump, so every time your muscle contracts, it pumps that blood flow back around the body. Similar to where the heart does, but rather up near the heart, right down near the structures that we've worked. So again, just nice and slow, keep your breathing nice and deep. Very gentle. I'm just going to move it around the mat, just side to side. Again, just engages different muscle groups ever so slightly. Okay, then just to finish off our cool down, some really nice deep breathing. Again, the nice deep breath really helps to lower that heart rate back to its resting level. So hands on hips or behind your back, wherever feels comfortable. Really get that chest out. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just keep repeating that. And that'll bring us to the end of our cool down. Thank you very much.